David was one of the most promising artists of recent years. And yes, I said was, because in September 2025, a single headline put his entire career at risk, pushing him toward what could become the end of his journey as an artist. This is the story of the rise and fall of David. David Anthony Burke was born on March 28, 2005 in Queens, New York, but during his teenage years, his family relocated to Houston, Texas. He grew up in a Christian household. His mother forced him to sing in the church choir, but later, he would recognize it as an experience that taught him to play instruments like the piano, even if only within the framework of religious music. Starting in 7th grade, David was homeschooled. That isolation kept him away from other kids his age, but it also allowed him to develop habits like reading more, writing, and playing video games. These hobbies would later prove essential to his music career. His first encounter with commercial music didn't come through radio or television, but on a school trip. On the bus, someone played Gucci Gang by Lil Pump, a stark contrast to the gospel songs he knew at home. That moment sparked his curiosity and led him to explore artists on SoundCloud, such as XXXTentacion and Smoke Perp. At the same time, David noticed that people were making money by gaming, uploading videos to YouTube, or streaming on other platforms. He was skilled at Fortnite, so he started posting montages on YouTube, eventually surpassing 50,000 subscribers. Yet, he constantly received copyright strikes for using songs from bands like The Neighborhood or Arctic Monkeys. This prevented him from monetizing his videos. Frustrated, he told his mother about it, and her response would change his life forever. She suggested he create his own music to avoid the problem altogether. So David went to YouTube and searched how to make music on iPhone. He began recording with what he had: his phone's microphone, a pair of earbuds, and his sister's closet as a makeshift studio. That's where his first songs were born: You and I, Take Me to the Sun, and Runaway. Simple tracks, yet they told the story of someone trying to hold on to a relationship that was already slipping away. Through music and gaming, David discovered a way to express himself, a way to be seen, and what began as a method to avoid copyright strikes was actually the start of a story that would soon take him to fame or plunge him into the lowest point of his life as an artist. By mid-2022, after saving up some money, David bought an audio mixer and a microphone, and in his sister's closet, he created Romantic Homicide. The song captures the confusion and pain that follows a broken relationship, how someone struggles with feelings of abandonment and detachment, and the cold, distant way they try to forget that person from their minds. David uploaded the track to TikTok, and overnight, it racked up 1.5 million views. Listeners connected deeply with its raw emotion and vulnerability. Encouraged by that response, he posted it to SoundCloud, where its reach expanded even further. His next release, Here With Me, came out that September and also exploded on TikTok, cementing his reputation as one of the most promising newcomers in the music industry. This momentum drew the attention of major labels such as Darkroom and Interscope Records, both under Universal Music Group, home to artists like Kendrick Lamar, Billie Eilish, and Eminem. Signing with them allowed David to personalize every aspect of his craft: promotion, distribution, and production on a global scale. Romantic Homicide was re-released under the labels, climbing to number 33 on the Billboard Hot 100. His first live performance took place in February 2023 at the upstairs stage of White Oak Music Hall in Houston. It was not only his debut concert, it was the first concert he had ever attended. In May 2023, he released his debut EP, Petals to Thorns, a collection that blended his early closet recordings with newer material. That same summer, he followed up with The Lost Petals. His rapid rise continued with high-profile collaborations. In October 2023, he released Calm Your Revenge with 21 Savage, which even featured in-video game campaigns. Later, he teamed up with Laufey on This Is How It Feels, showing that he could navigate effortlessly across genres like indie, R&B, and pop. Up to this point, David's success demonstrated that you don't need a professional studio to create something capable of moving thousands, though that impact would soon come with consequences no one expected. Between March and June 2024, David embarked on the My House Is Not a Home tour, performing at venues across North America and Europe. On March 28, he released Feel It, a single featured in the animated Amazon Prime series Invincible. This collaboration introduced him to millions of new viewers. While it was a moment of validation, it also brought pressure. He now had to meet higher expectations. In April 2025, he released his first full-length studio album, Withered, a project the press described as a showcase of his evolution as an artist. The album's title reflected the state of a young artist who had bloomed too quickly, now beginning to feel the weight of fame. To celebrate the release, he performed at some of the world's biggest festivals, including his highly anticipated debut at Coachella. His performance went viral after a failed backflip mid-show ended in a fall. That same summer, he launched the Withered World Tour, playing arenas and major venues across North America and Europe. By this point, David Burke had reached the peak of his career, but as the saying goes, glory shines brightest just before it fades. On September 8, 2025, an employee at the Hollywood Town impound lot called 911, reporting an unbearable smell coming from a vehicle that had been seized days earlier. When officers arrived, they discovered a human body in an advanced state of decomposition. The body was identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and the car was registered under David Burke's name. Although the connection seemed obvious, David was initially cleared from the case since he was on tour at the time. His team issued a statement cooperating with authorities and expressing condolences to the victim's family. But, as often happens, time soon revealed more details. Investigations and social media testimonies indicate that David and Celeste had known each other since 2021, when he was 16 and she was only 10 or 11. During 2023, photos, matching tattoos, and dedicated songs, including one titled Celeste, released on her birthday, suggested a close relationship. Additionally, some payments made to Celeste's friends pointed to attempts to keep that relationship secret. Celeste's disappearance in 2024, followed by the deletion of photos from David's Instagram account, only heightened suspicions. However, the police have not filed charges, as an arrest requires conclusive autopsy results to determine the cause and manner of death. The case remains open, and while there are numerous details and pieces of evidence, the full truth is still unknown. The controversy intensified due to elements in David's music. The music video for One More Dance, released in February 2025, shows the artist dragging a body and placing it in a trunk. After the discovery of the body in the Tesla, many interpreted the video as an indirect confession, though authorities have not confirmed this. The impact on his career was immediate. The Withered World Tour was cancelled, the deluxe edition of Withered was put on hold, and his brand deals with Crocs and Hollister dissolved. Despite the controversy, David continues to cooperate with authorities. The evidence points to a problematic and possibly illegal relationship with Celeste, but beyond online judgment, his legal responsibility has not yet been determined. Whether or not David is guilty, one thing remains clear: no fame, headline, or song can replace the value of a human life. Behind all those headlines, the successes, and the theories, there was a woman just like any other, a human being like you and me, like your mother or sister. She lived with the intensity of any young person. She fell in love, felt the joy and sorrow of a single tear. She had dreams she hoped to fulfill, but life, with its unpredictable twists, had a different path prepared for her, one that was tragically cut short by circumstances beyond her control.